So today I just wanted to take a quick look at a 1989 adaptation of Carmilla. Obviously this is based on a very well-known vampire story. I guess you could say she's very much on par with Dracula as far as the better known vampires. Obviously, to my knowledge, she is one of the first vampires which explored the aspect of vampire homosexuality. But this version of the, or I guess this adaptation was actually the first version I had ever seen, and this was off of the Nightmare Classics, which was a spin-off from Shelley Duvall's fairy tale theater. So the running time on this is an hour. It's pretty much just a very quick basic plot. It does follow fairly closely to the original story itself. So obviously you have Carmilla, who travels with an older woman. Apparently there's always something that goes on. So either Carmilla is shocked or she falls ill. She cannot continue traveling with this older woman, and generally a family with a younger daughter offers to take her in until the older woman can return to fetch her. So obviously this older woman is essentially her Renfield. You know, she kind of does her dirty work and does the setup for her. So as Carmilla remains with the family, obviously she gains a very close attachment to the young girl. It is not long before she starts feeding on this girl, and obviously the outcome is inevitable. So of course, knowing her MO, there is obviously her own version of Van Helsing, which is chasing her about and trying to catch her, depending which version of the short story or film that you happen to be watching. But there is always some avenging aspect. There's also always the, I guess you could say, the metaphor or the transformation to the giant cat that appears to the young girl as she has her nightmares. But this version of the story, as I said, it's the first one I ever watched. Obviously there are many versions of the Carmilla story. Obviously she has numerous name variants as well. You also have Marcilla, Mircalla, and of course Carmilla or Carmilla. But she is very much a creature who has gotten her technique down, and she is doing what it takes to survive, and she takes advantage of her youth and young girl appearance, as well as the trust of kindly families. But this is a very basic plot. You really don't have too much adding to it or trying to give depth. To me, one of the main appeals here is, of course, you do have Meg Tilly, I believe younger sister of Jennifer Tilly, and they very much do resemble one another. To my understanding, Meg Tilly has also recently gotten back into acting, so there was a long break there, or a long pause, and she has now returned. So this is obviously obviously my introduction to Meg Tilly as well, but some of you may also know her from the Psycho franchise. I believe she was in Psycho 2. I could be wrong, but you know, she definitely is a very talented actress. More recently, I had seen her, I believe it was an IFC film called Anti-Birth. Very bizarro film, but as I have said, she is a very good actress. But, you know, very basic, very straight plot. As far as the Nightmare series, it was intended to have been yet another one of those anthology television shows type things. I believe they were originally geared toward 6 episodes. They only managed to put out 4. I'm not too sure if and when I may take a look at the remaining 3, but it's definitely an interesting series. You know, if you've never seen or heard of it, I would definitely recommend checking it out, especially if you love anthology type TV shows. But that is pretty much all I have for you guys today, and I will talk to you later.